What is up, YouTube? So, there's people out there that are saying that I should get banned from Asheron's Call for doing features of the game. Uh, the point of this emulator is, and it's what they say when you join the server, that they want to match the end game of retail of Asheron's Call. So what's interesting to me is if you go to your options here for your character, you have settings that you can pick, and one of them is let other players give you items. So if you uncheck it and click apply, then players should not be able to give you items. But it doesn't work. You'll uncheck it, but people can still give you things. So that's a flaw in the game. So I should be banned because the game is messed up? That is like the silliest thing I've ever heard. The person was saying they should ban me and ban my IP. So on a previous video, weeks ago, what I actually did was I gave a couple of tapers to several different people, and people didn't seem to like that. I thought I was helping people out, you know what I'm saying? Just giving them tapers. Mages need to cast spells. Without these tapers here, I can't cast spells. Some people were putting a comment that if I'm trying to get somebody killed, that there's more effective ways of doing it. And I discovered that's by giving people chickens. And what's interesting is that comment in itself. They're essentially saying that if you're going to kill somebody, you have to do it this way. Otherwise, you're an idiot. That makes perfect sense. I'm glad that that person that put that comment is an expert on killing people. And for everybody that plays Asheron's Call, you might want to look into that comment that person put. It seems like they're quite a bit of an expert on getting people killed. So people want to complain about one little stupid video. People are freaking sheep. So anyway, the point of it is you have all these options here, and you will set it how you want it to be, and then log out and log back in, and everything's messed up again. I mean, you have to use this window Verindy tool in order for it to save your windows how you want. You got to use a plugin for that. If the point of the emulator by the admins and what they said is to match retail, then fix your game. Fix the settings so that they save like they're supposed to. You want to match retail, fix it. Don't blame a person for, you could say, taking advantage of features that are built into the game. Like, that's just silly. The fact that somebody said that I should get banned and my IP blocked is rather amazing to me, because just because somebody does something that you don't like or plays the game a certain way that you don't like doesn't mean that person should be banned. It almost sounds like that person's like a Democrat. Uh, you may not agree with what I did, but I didn't break any policy that the game has. Retail Asheron's Call, that was perfectly legal. Was it very nice? No. But there was nothing in the code of conduct about being a jerk. So the fact that they want to take it that far, I should get banned, my IP blocked, and all my stuff deleted is actually kind of funny. And in Asheron's Call, in retail, the admins would have never got involved, because there's things in retail of Asheron's Call at your disposal that you can take care of that. One of which is just going player killer. You can't do that. Well, you can do that in the emulator. You can go player killer. They had PK light. You can uncheck so people can't give you things. There is a way to disable so people can't give you things, but it's actually a config command that you have to type, since that stupid thing doesn't work. But that's what Asheron's Call did in retail. Was you can't blame the players for this. You can't blame the players for handing over items when that person allowed items to be handed to them. Like, that logic just doesn't make any sense. So that's why Asheron's Call in retail had the features that it had uh, to kind of counteract that. So, to the idiot out there who said I should be banned and my IP blocked, just keep in mind that the game that you're playing, if you do in fact play Asheron's Call, and I don't know that you do, isn't even legal. Before this emulator existed, uh, there's a guy named P who had an emulator himself that we all played on, and he actually got a cease and desist letter to stop the emulator, and he did. He had to. So, as far as my understanding is, they run Asheron's Call through a VPN so that the IP can't be traced. So Warner Brothers doesn't know who to pinpoint on who was releasing this. So what they're doing, according to Warner Brothers and the law, is illegal. So if you want to nitpick, the whole Asheron's Call should be shut down. Like, they actually are doing something that's illegal. The people running this game, the admins of this game, are doing something that is illegal. I did nothing that was illegal. So yeah, they want to ban my character, ban my IP. Go for it, man. I got more important things to worry about than giving people a couple of tapers and some idiot getting all worked up about it. But as a side note, I do want to point out, I feel very sorry for those chickens, because what I actually did, because I don't know what vendor buys chickens, in the last video, people gave me a bunch of chickens to try to get my characters killed. But what I actually did was ran from the lifestone, because like I said, I don't know who buys chickens. I didn't feel like figuring it out. And I killed a chicken. And then when something's dead, you can actually put items into its corpse, because the emulator is actually messed up. So this is a stack of 1,000 tapers. You can't drop it. Anything that stacks, you are not able to drop. So I'll be able to drop this because they don't stack. But anything that stacks, you can't drop it. So what I did with my characters was I just ran a couple of feet from the lifestone, killed the chicken, and then put all the chickens into it. And I really think there should be something done about people that caused me to kill these chickens. I mean, the chickens didn't do anything. So, yeah. People like to get worked up over the stupidest stuff. So my character, uh, when he dies, and I actually have this little fancy add-on here that will actually tell you, it shows death items. You click predict item loss on the next death, and my character just loses the massive mana charges that I have on the first death, and the second death it just loses more massive mana charges. Those are my death items, so I actually don't lose anything. If I have to spend a couple of MMDs to buy more massive mana charges, you know, that kind of sucks. I mean, I do have like 1,800 MMDs, so to lose about, 10 of them would just be very detrimental, and I might as well just quit. Like, if I lose 10 out of 1,800, like, how many do I actually have? If I pull this window up here, you'll actually be able to see it. I have 1948. 1,948 MMDs is what I have. So if I were to lose 10 of those because I have to rebuy mana charges, uh, I'd only have 1938, and yeah, I might as well just quit. I mean, there's really no point in playing losing that many MMDs. So you can see it right here. On death 1, this is what I'm going to lose. And this energy field is just a back item. And they actually don't even have stats. It's just cosmetic. So I didn't even get it with this character. You can just buy those. Which, again, I might have to use 10 more MMDs. So now we're talking, I'll be down to like 1928. I mean, yeah, I might as well just quit. So on the first death here, you'll see I'll lose a bunch of massive mana charges. Second death is essentially the same thing. Lose mana charges. So it's simple. Go buy them. But yeah, hopefully nobody gets me killed, because if I lose those, I'm going to be very upset. And I'll probably just quit Asheron's Call. I mean, there's no point in playing past that point. If somebody is using the features of the game to do something, that is not grounds to ban somebody. And the admins of any game, assuming no law has been broken, and essentially it's almost impossible to break a law in a game. You can break their code of conduct, but assuming no law is being broken, or the code of conduct that you agree to, or the rules that they have of the game, admins should not be getting involved. And if they do, that's just a bad admin, and I wouldn't want to play that game anyway. Players have tools at their disposal, and if they don't have the tools at their disposal to actually correct something that is irritating to them, then implement those tools for those players. It's really that simple. That's how World of Warcraft operates, to my knowledge. And I played World of Warcraft for 6 years. A lot of things were done that players did to one another. Chat was insane sometimes. The Baron's chat, as you guys are probably familiar with if you played World of Warcraft. Chat got a little insane, and the comments people put, and they can do that. On the First Amendment right, you can say whatever you want. There's really no such thing as hate speech. The Supreme Court ruled on, which is, a good thing, because I can literally say whatever I want. And you can get a little bit grieved in your heart over that, but that's about all you can do. So, yeah, that's pretty much the story. Moirior should be banned from Asheron's Call, from the emulator. I say the admins of this game need to get on the ball and fix all these settings so that they save like they're supposed to. I'm actually curious that I see filter language if it actually works, but I'm going to assume it doesn't. So this particular character, like side-by-side vitals, as you see it's changing, it actually does save. But if I log on another character, it's not saved. I always have to reset it every single time. It's actually really annoying. So yes, in my opinion, the admins of this server need to get on the ball, fix all those settings so they save like they're supposed to, because that's how retail was. Match retail. That's your goal. Work on it. They had said they were going to release Throne of Destiny in December. December has basically almost passed. It's not going to happen. I don't know what the deal is with that. But, yeah. So I see there's a body here. And again, I just want to... Why am I lagging so bad? I just want to point out, I have nothing to do with this. Oh, he's not a body. That's a person laying there. So he's not even dead. He's pretending to be dead. He's trying to get me in trouble. That's what he's trying to blame me for something I didn't do. That's what's going on here. There's like a conspiracy. There's a major conspiracy against Moirior now because he gave a couple people tapers. Listen, I think tapers are a much better option, even though this person disagrees, and there's much more effective ways to kill people. You expert on killing people. I question you there. But I think giving tapers is a much better choice than giving chickens because tapers they can use. They can store them on a mule. You know, if you give them like 10,000 tapers, that's a lot of money. They can store those on a mule and use those basically for their life in Asheron's Call. I'm exaggerating a little bit. They can use it for several weeks. It'll last them. My mage goes through tapers like crazy. But with chickens, what am I gonna do with chicken? They restore 10 stamina. I mean, there's nothing to do with chickens. I mean, if you want to help people out, give them tapers. Don't give them chickens. Chickens are like worthless. They're like nothing. You just kill another chicken, drop all the chickens in the chicken, and then you have chickens everywhere. It's just give them tapers. That's all I'm saying. And I hope everybody in Asheron's Call has a Merry Christmas. Take care.